Welcome to Talk. Today is Sunday. Tonight will be Payback. And what is good for top five for this pay-per-view? Rivalries. Because what does every rivalry have? Someone wants to have payback. Just like Chris Jericho wants payback against Kevin Owens. Just like Roman Reigns wants payback from Braun Strowman. But if you guys don't know my predictions for this Sunday, watch it on my previous video, and it will help you. It will help you to see who's my predictions. So before we start this list of top 5 favorite rivalries, before we start this, if you're not subscribed, I'm hoping you are. I'm hoping, but if you see my channel name and that little rectangle shape says subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified every single video I upload. Now let's start on this top 5 list of rivalries that I enjoyed. Number 5 is a TNA rivalry. It's like a cruiserweight, but they're not cruiserweights. They're the X Division. My favorite rivalry of the X Division, number 5, is going to be AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels for the X Division title. If you don't know what I mean, for the X Division title. It was a crazy match. They had an Iron Man match. I've seen the Iron Man match. I don't like Iron Man matches, but TNA made a really good Iron Man match. It was awesome. And it was crazy. But the winner of that match was AJ Styles, and he retains the X Division Championship. And then they versed each other again in 2011, I believe in 2010 or 9, something like that. They had another, because they want to see who's the best X Division, right? So, they were part of this group called Fortune. Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Beer Money, Kazarian, Ric Flair, whole bunch of people. I don't remember all of them. But those people, they want to see who's the best X Division. Would it be AJ Styles or would it be Christopher Daniels? At Victory Road, I believe it was Victory Road. No, Destination X. Christopher Daniels beats AJ Styles. And then he won't stop bragging, and then he asked for another match. And then AJ won. And then they had an I Quit match, and then AJ Styles won that, and then it was over. And then they had another one, but this time it was 2-on-1. They said AJ Styles, Dixie Carter had a friend that was pregnant, and they said AJ Styles is the father of the kid, but he wasn't, and he was having an affair with Dixie Carter, but he wasn't. But it was another. It's like a scandal, like what they did with AJ Lee and John Cena, with all that. I will get to that one too, because that's part of my list as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was that, and AJ Styles won the rivalry. Good for him. I love AJ Styles. When I was watching TNA, I said in my mind, and I said it to my brother as well, that AJ Styles is like the John Cena in TNA. He's tough, and everybody loves him. I say it to my friends, I say it to a lot of people, that AJ Styles, when he was part of TNA, he's like the John Cena. Number 4, speaking of John Cena, speaking of scandals, John Cena, with his rivalry with Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero, with AJ Lee as his alibi, they said to John Cena was having an affair with AJ Lee when she was the general manager of Raw. When that happened, they said they had phone calls, they had videos, they had pictures, they had witnesses. And of course, everybody believed in what Vicky Guerrero said. So AJ Lee lost her job as GM. And then John Cena did had some feelings for AJ Lee. They kissed twice. But that was the end of the rivalry. At TLC, John Cena and Dolph Ziggler was in a match for his briefcase because he won the Money in the Bank. But AJ Lee pushed him off the ladder, and Dolph Ziggler says, "Screw you, Vicky. I want a harder woman. I choose AJ Lee." And then they dated, and John Cena wasn't done until they had a steel cage match on Raw between Cena and Dolph Ziggler. That's the end of the rivalry. John Cena won it, and then Dolph Ziggler had been having a lot of rivalries with Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger for the World Heavyweight Championship. So that's the end of that one. So number 3 is going to be Lucha Underground. They had this rivalry between Drago and the Dragon Slayer Jack Evans. If you guys never seen Lucha Underground, it's a really good show. It's coming back in May 30th because they do seasons. But if you didn't see it, I hope you guys do see it because it's a really good show. It's sometimes a little confusing because in wrestling you don't have killing in it. This show has killing and has some ancient weird thing with a glove that has powers. It's weird, and a weird monster named Matanza. It's weird. But Drago and Jack Evans had multiple matches, and we see Drago win some, we see Jack Evans win some. It was amazing. It was so amazing. I enjoyed it. People had street fights. They had freaking hardcore rules. They had a lot of things. But he wasn't the Dragon Slayer because Drago was still alive. Number 2 is another Lucha Underground one. Number 2 is Matanza versus Mil Mentres. It's another Lucha Underground. This Mentres guy is huge, and he's from the darkness. His manager with Katrina and Matanza's brother Dario. I don't remember his name. Dario Cueto. They had, it was supposed to be a normal match until we see they were on top of the office of Dario. Dario is the boss, the manager of Lucha Underground. So we seen Mil Mentres did his finisher onto the office, right off the roof off the top of the office, and it was over. Everybody was checking and seeing they're okay. It was a great match. And it was awesome. Very awesome. I'm sorry, but my number 1 is another Lucha Underground. You guys saying, do I love Lucha Underground more than WWE? No, I've been a WWE fan for a while. But Lucha Underground had another great rivalry between Prince Puma, a.k.a. Ricochet. If you don't know who that is, you might know who that is. He was partners with Matt Sydal. They had, I call it a casket match, but they call it something else. Mil Mentres versus Prince Puma. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Do you remember Vampiro? Vampiro is the leader, the teacher for Prince Puma to stop Mil Mentres. He didn't want to hurt Mil Mentres. He wants Pentagon Dark. I believe he wants Pentagon Dark. I believe. And then, because he has Vampiro has a problem with Pentagon Dark, and Prince Puma has a problem with him too. But this match was phenomenal. Because in WWE's casket match, you don't see the casket get broken in pieces, get bented, and have holes or anything like that, or come into the ring and somebody slams his opponent right onto that thing, onto the casket. But the winner of that match was Mil Mentres. He beat Prince Puma. I feel sorry for the guy. But he did woke up with a weird zombie guy. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all for me today. If you did like this video, hit the like button. And if you do have your favorite rivalries of any promotion, it could be Lucha Underground, WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, or New Japan Pro Wrestling, or other wrestling, leave a comment. Remember how I told you how to subscribe. Hit the red button and then hit the bell icon button to be notified every time I upload a video. That's all for me today. Tyler, out.